The biggest issue is behind me, where all these what I call pimps, because that's what they do. They poverty pimp the Bronx. We have no safety in the Bronx. On Saturday, Memorial Weekend, we had a woman die underneath the Cross Bronx Highway in Webster. A lot of history here. But it's gonna stop with me, because I'm not the type of senator that's gonna change a word on a bill from drug addict to substance abuse just so Medicaid can be defrauded. All right, so today we're here at Albany, where today, Thursday, is the last day of lobbying up here before the senators and the assembly go home tomorrow. So it's a busy day. The groups like home health care workers, daycare providers, any group that has some type of interest and wants to lobby their constituents. So we're here today united with the Dominican American Republican Club and the conservative Bronx Party, and we're coming united together to tell the behind me our elected officials that we are tired of the burdensome bureaucracy that these bureaucrats are instilling on our constituents. We're trying to we're turning the Bronx blue. We're going to stop voting Democrats. We want to give you a choice to vote Republican or conservative. My name is Adrian Romero, and I represent the Conservative Party, and the people have spoken and have selected me to represent them in the Senator's District 34, and that's where I'll be representing my constituents in Castle Hill, Parkchester, Morris Park, Country Club, Drags Neck, Soundview, Westchester Avenue, Pelham Parkway, and much more.
X, Boogie Down Bronx, X. Awesome. Hello everyone, I'm Sammy Ravello, president of the Dominican American Republican Club. I'm here with Adrian Romero, who is running for State Senate, District 34. And we have a couple of questions for him. Adrian, thank you for joining us. What made you decide to run for office in the Bronx?
The destruction of my borough that I've seen since I've been a teenager has escalated to the point that I had no choice but to come and do something for my constituents. So the people of the Bronx are tired of backdoor dealings. They're tired of burdensome administrative fees, cameras, tickets. We're tired. We need jobs. We need utilities to come down. But more importantly, I want to thank you, Sammy, because if it wasn't for Sammy Ravello bringing us up here to Albany, nothing would get done for the Bronx. And I want to make sure that people look at this gentleman, because he's going to be a face that's going to be very familiar for the next 30 to 40 years in the Bronx, pushing for the Republican Dominican Party. So thank you for bringing us. Really, I mean it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But the biggest thing that we want, obviously, is to get you elected. And I have another question for you. What is the biggest issue facing your district right now?
The biggest issue is behind me, where all these what I call pimps, because that's what they do. They poverty pimp the Bronx. The Bronx is one of the smallest boroughs with the fewest population, but yet we acquire more federal grant money than any of the other boroughs. I think we acquire more federal grant money than two boroughs combined, yet we have nothing to show for it. Nothing. Orchard Beach has been a disgrace for years. They put some paint on it recently, got the squirrels and raccoons out of it, and now we got a big $17 million renovation. Don't know where that came from. Pelham Bay Park, that park should be adorned with flowers. It's a national park. Bronx Zoo, you need to do more. We should have a state-of-the-art veterinarian school and shelter for the Bronx on the Bronx Zoo premises. something is going on in the Bronx Zoo. They killed the other day. It may seem funny, but usually a dog gets hurt. They don't want us selling dogs at the pet stores. They don't want now birds being raised and sold at the pet store. But PETA has not come out for one of our gorillas to get killed at the Bronx Zoo. But yet for anything else, when the Democrats call them, they're there with their signs and banners, with paid performers like they've done all through it. Since January 16th, it's been getting done, and it's getting done more, and it's being exposed. So that's what I'm here to do. For these poverty pimps to get out of here and stop abusing us.
Last question. Why do you believe conservative values are important for the future of New York?
That's simple. It's the same way the Muslim community has grown in the Bronx, because we are about family, faith, and freedom. Okay? All of a sudden now there's a big Islamophobia. Where did this come from? Where did this come from? It was never there before. As a matter of fact, the Bronx has one of the richest Muslim communities. It's even on Google. It's called Little Yemen. So they've thrived. They've successful. I'm a real estate agent, and most of my clients, okay, are from Muslim descent and Bengali. They're doing fabulous. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, Bronx Nights. New York loves our Muslim community, so we believe in faith, family, and freedom. Faith, believe in your God. Freedom to do and practice your faith, and family, because if you have freedom, then you can have a wife, you can have kids, but you need safety. We have no safety in the Bronx. On Saturday, Memorial Weekend, we had a woman die underneath the Cross Bronx Highway in Webster. She'd been dead for so long that they thought she was pregnant because her body bloated. In the winter, we had 3 people die to, from the cold weather. I feel like I'm living in the barbaric days. When have we seen this? We're in the 2026, we have AI, we have some of the brilliant young minds that are running for positions, but yet the industry is something behind. They're making back doors, Sammy. Sammy, you gotta know more than me, because there shouldn't be this one-sided Democratic, now socialist party. There has to be a mix. So I'm running as a conservative party. I was trying to run as a Republican party, but of course the Democrats did their little thing to get me off that ticket. But I'm running, and I want you people to vote, because the people have spoken, and it's Adrian Romero, the people's senator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adrian Romero.
Yeah. All right,
brother.
That's good.
The Bronx is my home. And to see the Bronx being neglected the way it is something that infuriates me. It's not. It doesn't just make me sad. It infuriates me, because I look at it and say how beautiful it is. Have you ever been to Katona Park? That park is so beautiful. It's big. It has a lot. There's a lake there, and I'm thinking, if this place was in Manhattan, right, it would be, the houses around here would be expensive. It would be premier area. But because it's in the Bronx, it's being neglected. Mm-hmm. I live right there in the project, so I come from a place where we have asbestos, and we're telling NYCHA, hey, we need this fixed, and nothing gets fixed. And as you know, they're over backlog with work orders that's not being done. I come from an environment of gun violence. I got shot in the shoulder at 16, and now years later we got kids dying out on our streets. Why? Because centers is closed down. Families are not being supported, and everybody want to blame the parents, but the parents have to put food on their tables. So who's watching their kids? I come from a predominantly Democrat area, have always been Democrat ruled, but yet and still nothing changes, nothing has gotten better. It feels like things is a decrease than an increase in our neighborhood. So for me, it's all about stepping up, and I'm also a guy who does camera work. I have a media, so I'm dealing with the youth, and the youth are saying, hey, look, we're entrepreneurs, we're people that want to sell our merchandise, we're vendors, we're business people. They are not being heard, and then because they're not being heard, our elders are not being heard either. So for me, running is about bridging the gap. It's about showing them, listen to your elders. Let's understand that they need the support, and they have already opened the door for us. But also, and say, hey, elders, look, listen to us. We're the new generation that's going to fight for you.
Sure. My name is Cheryl Levo. I am a candidate to the Assembly to represent District 86. District 86 is one of the most violent and most dangerous districts in the Bronx. And after the death of my nephew, Juan Peña, this campaign was born out of pain, with a purpose to be the voice for those constituents in District 86 who don't have a voice. I will fight for you, I will defend you, and we will together build and become a stronger Bronx.
Look what Poverty Pimp got, and I like that door handle like this.